Welcome everybody to the Chicken Coop, where where we have guests come onto our show, and they basically talk about what it is that they do. And our first guest. This is our first guest, mind you. So this is our first ever guest. She is an award-winning poet. She also created the work Evolving Genius, Honoring Improv, which is available on Etsy. She advocates against bullying, etc., etc. Her name is Iris K. Barratt. Now, Iris, before let me welcome you with what will be the traditional. That said, tell us more about Evolving Genius, Honoring Improv. Wow, offering. I can't English anymore, and therefore I quit. Excuse me. No, I'm kidding. But please continue. Please go ahead.
Well, thank you for that cute quack. I liked it.
I'll tell you how Mad Hen got its name after.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay. So what I love, improv is really popular. People love it all around the world. It really helps our listening skills, our communication skills, helps people think on their feet. Improv is like this huge thing that everybody loves, all different age groups. My improv is a little different. It's honoring improv. And so I have really wonderful story prompts. And my story prompts are considered to be more humanitarian or visionary. And for me, a visionary is someone who is inspired and haunted by humanitarian ideals and endeavors. Yes, that would be me. And so, they're wonderful story prompts. And they teach social skills. People have to listen to each other. And honoring makes it really, really rich. And it makes improv easy. I've got key words. I call them my wisdom words. Love, trust, truth, joy, communication, loyalty, wisdom, you name it. I've got them, over 90. And then I have great beginning sentences. I have great story prompts. I have a lot of game names that are fun. And all this stuff is put together, and it is simple enough that people can use it. So people do it for party and event entertainment. They do it for, volunteer appreciation events. It's a wonderful team building and honoring, program. All of my programs from honoringevents.com track around honoring, and that makes me really happy.
That's good to hear. And while I want to touch up on the social aspect, first I have to fulfill a promise and talk about how Mad Hen got its name.
Please.
Me, Gabe, and Aim. They were my OGs. We were creating a video game at the time, and we were trying to figure out a name for the company. Aim, he did it in a friendly way. He was making fun of my last name, which is Medhen. He actually called it Mad Hen. And we all looked at each other, technically speaking, even though it was a phone call, it was a three-way phone call between the three of us, and we were just all like, that name is perfect. So that's how Mad Hen, and then from there we got Mad Hen House, Mad Hen Animations, etc., etc. Robert, who joined us right now, he actually, after the podcast was developing, he suggested that we keep the hen name going and called it the Hatchery. Hence why our podcast side of things, that's why the podcast side of things is actually called the Hatchery. Now, that said, have that lore dropped on you. That said, I would like to touch on how do I put this? With the social aspect of things, right? Because San Diego Unified recently voted to ban cell phones in the classroom, and I get why they're doing that. But how would you say your work upgrades the social aspect of things, considering how everyone's everybody's attention span is so low, thanks largely to TikTok, shorts, and social media in general. Yeah.
I totally get that, and that's a really important question, and I'm really excited to give you my answer. So here's what I see, Doug. I see that positive forms of play, when we look for the good in other people, we find it, number one, even if we're just making up a fun story. And what people find is that the things they appreciate in other people are the things they appreciate in themselves. And most people eventually figure that out, which is pretty cool. So here's the thing. Positive play leads to friendship. And positive play and friendship lead to trust. And when you have trust, that's when you move on to peace and harmony. And I mean, I am a dedicated peacemaker, always have been, always will be. And so like, how do we bring peace and harmony to the schoolroom, to the company, to whatever group that we're dealing with? Well, I think it all starts with positive play, leads to friendship, leads to trust. And when we have trust, that's when we start trusting each other, whether that's one country to another, or people at odds in the business world or in schools. So I feel very strongly that positive forms of play, especially looking for the good in other people. And here's the amazing thing. When people come, like I've got one going on a weekly basis here, when they come and they've done it a few times, it's like they show up in their higher self. They show up in their best self, ready to honor other people, ready to be honored. I mean, it's like magic to watch these happy, joyful, lit up people walking into the room, getting ready for my brand of honoring improv. It makes me extremely happy.
Oh, okay. That's good to hear. So like, I'm not going to bring up, for the record, if any of you want a quick laugh, go to our YouTube channel. One of the videos I highly recommend is the Sassy Awards. Because that, before we started recording, I literally said, like, I told her that I probably would get the honor of judgmental jackass. Yeah, no,
that's a popular one, And of course, the teenagers, the young people, narcissistic numbskull is a bestseller for a good reason.
Really? Oh, can you tell?
I bet you can understand that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not hard to see why. I mean, like, hell, I was a teenager once. I don't want to relive those. God, being a teenager, like, for me, for the record, when I was a teenager, I was in an all-boy Catholic high school. So, I get double the sympathy.
I love that. I get it.
Don't even get me started when they had to do Lent. Oh my goodness gracious! And then I am Catholic, or rather Christian. Wow, Christian. Again, I cannot English anymore. I quit. Robert, you can do the rest of this because I cannot English anymore. I don't know.
Well, and one thing, Doug, that I don't know if we discussed it or not, but all of those Sassy Awards, they're poetic, so they're kind of cute, so they land really well. And like Gossip Monger, for example,
yeah,
sending that to somebody anonymously is powerful. They have it in writing. They usually read it a couple of times, and they don't know who sent it. And the mystery is what's powerful. Mindless moocher. Everybody has one of those in their neighborhood or their family. And, they're simple wake-up calls, but if it fits, people know it. If it doesn't, then it's funny and it's humorous. Beneficial bullshitter is really funny, and a lot of people like it. So flagrantly funny freak. Some of them are funnier than others. Some are a little bit more pointed, like, narcissistic numbskull, So anyway, I like sending them anonymously for people. My Etsy shop, Evolving Genius Awards, I've been sending honoring awards and Sassy Awards anonymously. Wow, since 2002, I think I created most of them.
Oh, wow.
Even though I've been doing it a lot longer than that. But that really matters to me, verbal abuse, bullying, all that stuff. Gossip, it's not okay with this sassy grandma. I don't put up with that stuff. And it's all about the message. It's not about you. And so if someone sees elder abuse or child abuse due to verbal manipulation or whatever, they'll have me send one of my awards. And when they get it in the mail and they don't know who sent it, it has an impact. It really, truly does. And I have a lot of stories over time about how sending these sassy, and honoring awards anonymously can change people's lives.
I hesitate to ask this because do you want to like share one of those stories or?
Sure.
I had a question real quick.
Go ahead.
With like you said, the anonymous, you might send these anonymously. Do
Yes.
you find it was more so like necessarily like the peer group people trying to send this anonymously, or is it more like the teachers or like people of authority trying to like rein in some of these people?
Oh, that's actually a really good question.
You know, it really depends. I lecture at libraries a lot about my awards and especially about the verbal abuse and bullying. And I'm always pleasantly surprised at how many librarians and educators are interested in that because they see it firsthand every day. So that's a really insightful question. I think also a lot of family members, here's the thing, people worry too much, right? I mean, most people do.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I could read you, right? I have actually right here my Gossip Monger Award, for example. And if somebody gets tired of their friends, you know, I got sick of it. I didn't like listening to all that gossipy nonsense. And I made up this award and send it to people. And I've been doing it for many years and it has an impact. The mystery is very impactful. And with the honoring awards, you get to wonder all the wonderful people you know. Who was so kind to send you a loving kindness award in the mail?
That's true. Like, you know, you never know what people are going through, and you don't know what could be a spark of like, you know, maybe someone's at a low self-esteem moment or turning point in their life, and they'll get this. And it's like a nice thing, like, oh, I see you. And yeah. And then they could be like, it could be anyone.
It's true. And how it started was one of my friends came to a women's spiritual circle that we had, and she was a school teacher for 3rd grade. She came in tears and we were all like, oh my goodness, what is going on? And she said, you know, one kid had to go to live with grandma. Somebody else's parents were out to lunch on drugs and alcohol. Some other kid came to school with holes in his shoes and frozen feet. And I mean, she was beside herself. Yeah. And the next day I just wrote this Gifted and Talented Child Award. The teacher had all their perfect names and addresses. So I sent out like a dozen to 3rd and 4th graders, I believe it was. And oh my gosh, she called me like 3 days later, just crying. She said, you wouldn't believe the impact. Number one, it gave them something positive to focus on besides the crap of their lives that they had no control over. It built their self-esteem. And kids love the mystery. Grandma didn't send it. The church didn't send it. The school didn't send it. You know, it was really profound. And that's when I really started paying attention. And I give all of my awards support, my free awards program for Gifted and Talented Child Awards and honorary caregiver awards, because caregivers call me crying more than anyone else because someone thought to send them this award, and caregiving is so hard, as you can imagine, day in and day out.
Yeah, no, I 100% like feel that, because like their day is, oh man, oh man, Jesus Christ, I really would like to just, it's really hard for me to like not like, I want to expand upon that topic for me personally, because like there are students that there are students that are just like get the shittiest of shit end of the stick.
Yes.
And I don't want to say too much information because I don't want to help them. Yeah, but like there are ways I help like students feel better. It's not like
it matters.
Yeah, because the home situation, that's the I can only hear so much in terms of like the home situation, and
it's rough.
Yeah,
it's rough out there. And I have a Spirit of Compassion award that I love, and I have a Childlike Wonder award that I sometimes send to the kids too. especially the ones that are a little bit older. Childlike Wonder is great for retired people who are retired or pretty much anybody. But yeah, the kids, boy, those gifted and talented child awards, I send a lot of those out. Anybody that wants me to send one, boy, all they have to do is send me a message through Etsy, give me the name of the child and the address. And I don't care if it's because they're brilliant and they deserve it or they've got a terrible life at home. It doesn't matter. I don't need any explanation. I send caregiver awards and, of course, the gifted and talented child awards all the time. And I'm wondering, would you like to hear my honorary caregiver of light award?
I actually would. Yes, and also I will. I know I'm saying this on air and I know it's crazy inappropriate to say it on air. But make sure you send me all the links so I can put it in the so I can put it like top of the description. Like I'm gonna put your like Etsy link, etc. On the top of the description, but like where they can message you directly as well, because I really think that will help. Like all those, because like.
Yes.
Especially in the divisive times we are in, politically speaking.
Yes.
Politically speaking, not to mention, like, the ice. For instance, we got trained on how to handle the ice raids. And it's not like I'm in...
Wow.
I'm not in a shit public school. Like, I'm in Miramar Ranch, which is a wealthy
scale. Yeah.
Yeah, but like we're still trained on that, and there, for the record, I say for the record, I have not heard a student like scared talking about like how ice will come for them, but the fact that we got trained on it is so wild and crazy. It's like the what was it? John Oliver showed off, like on Last Week Tonight, like how kids should handle cops coming in and all that, and I'm just like, we are in these times, and I think your stuff would be the just the pickup that they need, but
truly,
Jesus Christ, like I don't want to stray too far. Oh my God, I lost my train of thought too because I just got overwhelmed with Jesus fucking.
No, I get that. I get that a lot. And like I said, the children really, really matter to me. And so do the caregivers. So many people in my age group, they thought they were going to have all these golden years and they end up taking care of their parents or their partners. And being a caregiver is really hard. And I mean, I get these people that call me crying. They can't believe that somebody was kind enough to send them this wonderful honorary caregiver of light award. And sometimes we cry together, I mean, and then I always follow it up with a Spirit of Compassion award because that one has been translated into the most languages internationally over many years. Yeah.
Oh, that being said, why don't you read the award you wanted to read off? And then I'll ask about the compassion bit.
Cool. So I can either read the Spirit of Compassion or the Honorary Caregiver of Light Award. Which would you prefer?
I'm fine with both, but but like the Spirit of Life one first, because that sounds like I know how weird this is gonna sound, and I like that sounds like it's something out of Dragon Ball Z.
I don't know much about that. I'm not much of a game player.
Like Spirit of Life, like
Spirit of Compassion. Spirit of Compassion.
Oh, I'm sorry. Spirit of Compassion. Well, even okay.
Well, it's funny. I'm sure she doesn't watch like One Piece, but it's a popular anime. But like in one of the later episodes, they literally have a boy who gets rescued at the sacrifice of like a father figure to him, and his final attack in order to help the rest of them escape is called Compassion Impact, and it just blew away the whole island. It was just interesting. Like if you can marry those two together, I don't know. Just thinking like that.
Don't watch One Piece. It looks terrible.
Well, compassion matters. I know that for sure.
Yeah, well, like people will end up following those people on there, like the compassion stuff on there. And like the thing about compassion, it's like anyone can have it. It's like empathy and all this other stuff. Like everyone's capable of it. but it's like people are afraid. Like that's the problem. Is like when you're like young kids, and that's how like bullying starts, and people latch on is they see it and they're afraid. Well, if I do something, I'm gonna get singled out. So like, let me join in, even though they know it's wrong. And then little by little, that voice inside them that tells them like this is wrong, kind of goes away. They kind of become like more dead inside and used to like this is how the world is. This is how it should be. And when it doesn't have to be, but like we kind of just look at it as a binary choice, but it's not.
And that's what I love.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. I was just going to say that's what I love about sending things anonymously. You know, it's like a real honor. You get it in the mail, and you know, talk is cheap, but to get it in the mail, and I'll tell you, this Spirit of Compassion Award, people call me crying too, because people will send it when their pet dies. A lot of times people will go, oh, come on, get over it. It was just a dog, or it was just a cat, or whatever. And they're family members to people, especially older people in my generation and my age group. It's difficult to lose a pet when that's the only family member you have within your, you know, everyday radius. And so this Spirit of Compassion Award can go for all different kinds of challenges, bad diagnoses and deaths of loved ones and pets. And I mean, I'm excited to share it. So you ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Spirit of Compassion Award. Your spirit of compassion is a gift to everyone. It shines from within you like a warm, glowing sun. It can heal, nurture, and bless when life puts us to the test. Compassion reveals your caring heart as you freely serve and give. Your gentleness and generosity assist others to more fully live. As you lend a loving, helping hand, your sense of humanity is obvious, glorious, and grand. Your spirit of compassion is heartwarming, healing, and kindly astute, inspiring this illustrious tribute. Thank you and congratulations.
That is damn good.
Well, it's real sweet, but you know, when people get it in writing,
Yeah,
and they really sit with it, and the caregiver award also honors all of the qualities. That's the thing about my awards. It's not just about what you do, it's what you bring to the table. Your dedication and loyalty as a caregiver, for example, you know, your nurturing, your kindness, your thoughtfulness, all of those inner qualities really matter to me. Not just what we do, but what we bring to our service. And I know you get that, Doug.
oh yeah, no, like yeah, because to be fair, yeah, like the parents will give me all manner of gifts, like during like especially during Teacher Appreciation Week, and I'm yeah,
Sweet.
it's awesome. Because like to be fair, cards on the table, I just want to like I care about the kids. Granted, I can still say I hate them from time to time, but I care about the kids. And I just feel like I just want to I'm just doing my job prim and proper. Not like one of those assholes who are just like latching on to like tenure. Um, so when I get gifts from the parents, I'm usually surprised. Well, I'm always surprised because they're just like,
Yes.
thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm like, I'm just doing my job, and like, you've helped my child so much, and I'm like, yeah, because I care about the kid, and I don't want
That's it.
them. Yeah, I I feel like I get rewarded by getting paid. Like that's about it. Like those gestures that I get, yeah, they're nice, but I don't expect them because like I just if you do your job proper, then you get the reward. Everything else that comes after that, like from the parents and stuff like that, it's
Well, and from the kids, I'm sure that the kids are so, you know,
yes,
grateful for you. They know you care. And when they're so pure and innocent, and boy, when it comes across, when they're so enthusiastic, I can just see that happening, and how lovely that is for you too.
for the record, yeah, I had like one of the kids way back when, and I mean way back when, before I even like was teaching for Unified. They were just all like, I want to make a game using your brain. And I'm like, that's not possible. I have no brain. Blah, blah, no, you have a brain. You're fun. Da, 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 da. And I'm like, okay. I can't, like, but, like, okay. Let me ask you this, though. Um, have you ever dabbled in haiku? Like, this is out of sheer curiosity.
I
Because,
have.
like, oh, really?
I actually am published in a book, a haiku book, that my friend who owned a yacht with Robert Redford called the Haiku. Everybody who stayed on the haiku had the opportunity to write a haiku while they were on it. And I wrote two, and they were published in my friend's book. And I thought that was pretty cool. And I do love poetry. I have quite a bit of award-winning poetry. And I have a poem that goes with every one of my honoring awards that's called Honoring Builds a Circle of Nobility, because it does. And then I have one that goes with all the sassy awards called Our Evolving Shadow Mirror.
Yeah, that was.
And they're great.
Yeah,
people like them.
That was. You mentioned the shadow bits in that one YouTube video, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh yeah, that's right. I read that. When I go through the titles of the honoring ones, I do the honoring poem. When I do the sassy wake up calls, I do the sassy poem, and people really like them because they're fun, but they're also poignant, and kind of rhyming and cutesy, but they hit the mark.
Okay. Well, we got like 3 minutes left. So let me ask you this: what are you currently working on right now?
Gosh, mainly I'm working on getting a sponsor so that I can give my award programs to the youth of America. I want them to take their techie genius and turn them into something really fabulous. And I'm working on a celebrity to endorse it so that they can get out there to the world.
Any celebrities that we know? Out of curiosity.
Some from Sun Valley, Idaho, which I did a lot of party and event entertainment in Sun Valley, Idaho, and for a lot of rich and famous for a while. And I don't know that they'd want me to mention their names, but it was a lot of fun, a lot of money, a lot of fun.
Okay.
A lot of them.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, again, Iris K. Barratt, you can view her stuff on Etsy. Again, award-winning. You know what? We still have some more time. So why don't you actually talk about what which poem you're most proud of that won said award?
An award poem, or how about the poem that goes with all the awards? Honoring Builds a Circle of Nobility. I would love to share it. It's short and sweet, but what I love about it too, Doug, is that at all of my honoring event programs, I read this at the end. And it's very authentic. I wrote it about how honoring affects my life and the lives of other people. So shall I read it?
Go for it.
Okay. Honoring builds a circle of nobility. Honoring is where silence joins what is true. Honoring is a divine reflection of me and of you. Honoring is is holding a sincere respect as a natural goodness that you reflect. Honoring is a happy, joyful kind of play. Honoring is my greatest joy day after day. Honoring in secret builds nobility. Positive, anonymous surprises foster one's humility. Honoring is my essential reality. Honoring brings me essential clarity. Honoring is a sacred circle of discovering that together we are harmonizing. It reflects the capability of our evolving creativity, joined with our social responsibility to create melody and mastery, a new tranquility of generosity. So just remember, that if your honoring of others and of your life is really clear and sincere, that the goodness of others in life will surely reflect and honor you too, my dear.
That is a damn good poem.
Oh, I'm glad you like it.
Again, Iris K. Barratt, You can find her stuff on Etsy. All the links will be in the description. And yeah, thank you for being the first guest on the Chicken Coop. And I won't close out with a macaque because that's just played out. That is just played out. That cannot. I will. And oh my god. I can't believe I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna end it on two notes because and at the risk of getting under Robert's skin.
And thanks to Robert.
No problem.
You know what? Okay. You know what? No. I'll just end it on one note. Let me ask. Let's say you're eating chicken nuggets, right? So your favorite dipping sauce. Do you double dip?
Are you asking me?
Yes.
Of course I do.
Oh,
See,
okay.
there we go. Woman of culture.
That's it. That's it.
For context, we actually did get into, because like one of the things we do, one of the other podcasts we do is called Fork in the Road. One of the episodes was Mickey D's versus McDonald's, and the subject of chicken nuggets came into play. I only dip my nuggets. First of all, it is a very rare time where I'm in the mood for dipping sauce, because I usually eat my chicken nuggets dry. I only dipped it once, and when Robert said he double dipped, I straight up called him a slut.
Yeah, there you go.
But hey, no, I will rescind. Let it be known, this will be on the internet forever. I forever rescind my statement towards Robert, because it's not just you that said. My fellow teachers, other colleagues, they all say the same thing. They double dip, so I will forever rescind. Robert, you are no longer a slut.
Of course, it's double dip because it's like we're not just like here's one dip and it's falling whole like you, Doug. Like we're savoring it. You bite it in half, and then it's like you got the dip right there. Like I don't understand. Like
Thank you, Iris, for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. You all take care, and later on, boom.